Welcome to my new channel, One Flippin' Mama. Today we are going to talk about who I am and my journey in the reselling business. Let's get started. My name is Julie. I'm 30 years young and currently I'm a stay-at-home mom. We have two beautiful children who drive us crazy just about every day. I'm married, my best friend from high school, and we have started a farmsteading, Christ-loving household together. We have many exciting things to look forward to. And this is my where. Where was I a year ago? I was 2 years into being a mail carrier at the post office, mentally and physically exhausted, working on holidays and dealing with the stresses of my job and bringing that stress home to my family. I loved my job at first, but there were things that I had to deal with that I was not expecting at all. I was on my route and lost control of the wheel, and my car had flipped on its side, and luckily my husband was like 2 minutes away when I called him and told him that I'd flipped, so he was able to come get me out of the car, and the locals that lived on that road had seen the accident, and somebody had come to help us and was able to flip my car back over, and I was okay enough to continue working. And I let my boss know, and he was like, all right, if you want to go back out, that's fine. So yeah, I worked another 5 hours, delivered mail. My husband was with me for the rest of the day and drove me around. So yeah, after that, my car kind of went downhill, and I just consistently had problems with it. It became unreliable, and I just dealt with that for the next year while I was at the post office. So that was one of the main stresses that I was dealing with, because I was having my car turn off on me on my route, and it was taking me double time to accomplish what I needed to than it usually did. So yeah, survived another year after that accident, and then new management had come in and made my life harder, of course, and that and coworkers and the stress of not having a reliable car had snapped. I left my job in February of 2025. Now, where did I start reselling? I started reselling literally a year ago yesterday, in 2024 on New Year's Eve. So here I am a year later, and I'm gonna tell you how my first year has been. I discovered reselling back in 2024. My husband was very familiar with it. This world that I didn't know existed before then. So I dove in on New Year's Eve and I was hooked. This was my jam. I loved vintage knickknacks, home decor, purses, clothes, and now I get to shop for these things and make money off of it. This is where my how begins. I started following this couple on YouTube. They were very experienced. They are very experienced. They're still doing it. And what they do works very well for them. And they also have a really good following on their social medias, which plays a big part in their business. And I didn't understand that at the time. So I strongly used them as an example and didn't do my research. And here I was buying items that probably didn't have a high sell-through rate because I didn't know what that was. So I'm stocking up on these items that will sit for a long time, and they did. And it just got to a point where it was overwhelming with how much stuff we had accumulated, which is fine to do that with some things. Some people don't like to do that. And I've become that person the more I learned how it all works. And I learned about sell-through rates. I learned how important they are, and that changed my mindset and how I ran my business. Thanks to my husband, he learned what sells better than the items I was getting. So I took a break from reselling in the summer and hopped back into it with a new mindset in the fall. And the difference has been huge. I have items moving off the shelf quicker, and I'm selling more. I'm smarter and more pickier when it comes to shopping, and I've learned a lot in my first year. What works, what doesn't work, and that I can grow in any direction I want to. I know I still have a lot to learn, and I'm looking forward to this new year in 2026. And I'm going to be expanding my inventory back to the clothes because it does sell, and I've seen many resellers that only sell clothes. So there is a market for it. I just need to learn it. That's all I've got for you today. I hope you join me in my next video because I've got more to share. Thanks for watching.